All right, what's up, everybody? It's your favorite villain here, and we've got the battle we've been waiting for. Members are currently arguing about it in me and Chuck's member server. It's a fun battle. Shout out to Don for recommending it and sponsoring the video. This is Neo from The Matrix versus Freddy Kreuger from the Nightmare on Elm Street series. Here today to help me with this video in presenting the horror side of things is my lawyer GB.
Yo.
All right. All right, let's get it on. So, first, I will talk about Neo. Neo, of course, is from The Matrix. If you haven't seen it, it's one of the. Well, GB, I think, hates it, but it's one of my favorite franchises. And
Trash.
basically, The Matrix is a dreamlike state we are put in by machines so they can dominate us. He realizes
Whoa.
this basically becomes.
Whoa.
Oh, is that a pause? I guess, pause. But the machines take over. That's how they keep us suppressed. And he achieves oneness at one point, basically, at some point attaining source in his DNA, part of the source, and the source is above even the machines and the matrix itself, and it's above time as well, which I'll show more later. So post oneness is really what matters for Neo. All his feats after that, because that's him at his best. Neo casually could discard Agent Smith, who is another superhuman level opponent, and he threw him hundreds of feet with a single hit one time. His collision with Smith was so crazy that the result of the clash created a massive shockwave that engulfed the entire city almost instantly. It's absolutely crazy. If you pixel scale it, it's actually out reversal. If you go watch his fights, he progresses to the point that he's casually moving so fast he creates after images and deals with similar speed characters. He shows this against Agent Smith, but not only that, he handled multiple clones of Smith. Neo travels and moves so fast, we can barely see the environment when he's on screen moving. Obviously, this displays he can fly as well. The version of Smith that was faster than lightning was not as fast as Neo, and even got ragdolled at one point. Neo, by the way, is such a good fighter because he had several fighting styles downloaded to his brain. Neo and Smith punched so hard that the cloud created after completely emptied the block of its rainfall for a few moments. Again, pixel scale, that's high out reversal. Also, me and GB disagree about it, but it was kind of weird. There's this feat where Neo's in the sky, crowds apart, that's cool. He goes up, then dives down, and the cloud follows him and starts to funnel like a tornado. Either weather manip or just crazy amount of speeds. I think clearly it's just a ridiculous amount of speed. And like I said, the source is essentially the higher code that creates the matrix, which is the dream realm. Neo has stated that he has now the source code within him. Smith, who Neo battled the whole series, was powerful enough to actually threaten the Matrix, and Neo scales above him. Neo actually asked for Smith to be erased at the end because Smith just wanted to escape the Matrix. So Neo might actually, in a way, be above the Matrix, and it makes sense since he has part of the source. The Matrix source code was also confirmed to be transcendental. It works in real life as well as in the dreamlike realm. Even if he loses sight at this point, Neo can now see everything within the source. This source, of course, applies to man and machine, both thought and reality. Neo, once he achieves oneness and has the code, he is no longer bound by time. This is because the source has to be above concepts as time. We know this because he's looking into the future. Doesn't understand how he can look at time that way, and she says, you're above time now. Time doesn't matter. You're looking at the world without time. That's not a hindrance anymore. Smith can overpower programs within the Matrix and pills. but he could not overpower and take over Neo, which shows he has great resistance to those kind of hacks. And it's actually shown he directly negged it. And to escape the Matrix, you must escape the logic itself. You must be beyond that logic, which is why humans can achieve it, but not machines, because they're bound to logic. For the culture as well, he's a bullet timer. So with that out of the way, GB, you want to go ahead and represent the bad guy on the other team?
Oh, the guy who almost killed me because I fell asleep listening to Neo scaling. Yeah. All
Oh my
right.
god.
So Freddy.
What a villain.
Yo. All right. So look, we can keep it short and sweet on Freddy. Everybody's familiar with Freddy. We know that he's powered by the demons of the dream realm. Splash is going to be going over sections of the scan server right now where you can see they're remembering moments where he's gone over the exorcisms that he's negged, moments of like minor reality warping, um, the dream realm sometimes affecting real world reality. If not the person that's being affected themselves, it would actually be the area surrounding them, the immediate room they're in. Um, Obviously, we have the Jason versus Freddy movie to go to too, when powered by the Necromicon, I believe it's pronounced, is ridiculously strong. He can kind of bring that concept over from the dreams, all that power. He can bring all that over to the real world, start affecting reality there. But there's one scan in particular that sums up Freddy better than um, anything that we can previously go over, right? So the sixth movie, right, with Spencer being the victim here. Spencer's on the couch and he's looking at the screen, and Freddy begins to hypnotize him in a way to get him to pay attention to the screen, laugh at the screen, lull him to sleep. He then rips him from the real world, brings him into the television, which I guess is symbolic of the dream world, and then within that dream world, Freddy escapes to the real world and starts playing Spencer like he's a video game in the dream world. So either way you look at it, Freddy's manipulating whatever realm he put Spencer in from a higher plane of existence, or a different plane of existence. Spencer obviously gets boloed, but the kids note that Spencer's gone from the real world. This is like reality warping, stacking on reality warping, right? And this is from the dream world. Like he's doing this from another dimension essentially. So his reality warping is just, it's like Splash said, things that go beyond logic affect the dream world in the Matrix. Nothing breaks logic like more than Freddy. Um, I don't think Neo's gonna be able to understand what exactly is happening when it comes to Freddy Kreuger. So, and I think that that moment in the sixth movie explains that the most.
Yeah, it makes you hesitate. Like you're like, wait, what just happened? He's in one dimension, grabs a kid in another dimension, and puts him in a different dimension than both of theirs. It was ridiculous. So his BFR game is wild. Also, just to point out, his durability comes from, it's deeper than just dreams. It's demonic in nature. A lot of people don't know that. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and discuss who we think wins. First of all, Neo is a lot stronger than I originally thought. The source itself is stupid strong. Freddy is a lot, definitely stronger than I thought. I didn't know about the movie 6 BS. That's wild. But Neo, he's gonna see everything. He's gonna see Freddy coming and stuff. But here's the problem. He doesn't have a way to put Freddy down. No one's really figured that out. Like, I'll go ahead and let GB and elaborate on the durability of Freddy before we get into how Freddy would beat Neo.
Right. So most of the time you see Freddy struggling in dreams with these kids sometimes. Um, he's doing it for sport. He's just doing it for entertainment. And there's even moments when he's watching himself fight from a higher level in the dream, right? Freddy is just most of the times entertaining himself in fights, and when he's serious, he obviously can bolo kids. He can just straight up manipulate the dreams, like the fabric of the dream itself. He can go to the real world and affect it there. There's plenty of times where he's cutting people in the real world, reaching through their chest in the real world. Um, Sometimes in their bathrooms and all that stuff, like in the water and all that stuff. Like, so he's not limited to the dream world. It's just that that's where he has the most fun. So when you're talking about his durability, um, it really just doesn't matter what you do to him. He survived multiple exorcisms, multiple explosions. He's been stabbed. He's been decapitated, buried alive, burned alive, so on and so forth. The list just goes on and on and on. He survived it all. We're not looking to put Freddy down for 2 seconds. We're looking to put Freddy down permanently, and Neo just doesn't have a way of doing that. However, the damage Neo sustains over the course of this fight will affect him and continue to affect him until he's finally put away. And there's many ways where I feel, Freddy has to accomplish that.
Yeah, the big one, the biggest win con we think that favors Freddy was his BFR game. Um, that's just too much. And while, peak Neo is stupid strong, Freddy, in the end, it's just he goes beyond his verse and his realm, go beyond the Matrix, beyond the source, too. And Neo doesn't scale fully to the source, but Freddy arguably scales fully to the source, if not beyond. So he
Yeah,
just
Freddy's just
BFRs
gonna.
casually.
Yeah, and he has more drip.
I guess. There's also Freddy. I'm trying to think of a way. I don't think we had many win conditions. We said Neo could win a couple temporary fights, but Freddy just immediately pops back up. That's the issue. Um, so it's mostly going to be BFR from Freddy, and he can kill Neo even if they go to the real world anyway. So it doesn't matter. He can fight him everywhere. So
Yeah.
Neo doesn't really have an advantage anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Freddy can attack you from shadow. Like it, there's too many abilities to sit here. Where like this video would be 45 minutes long if we sat here and listed everything Freddy can do
If
from
y'all
top to
want a
bottom.
detailed fat video on Freddy, let us know.
Yeah, comment below, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Right now, me and Splash have. It's really just, it's really just the fact that Neo lacks the hacks abilities. Because Freddy's not a computer. Like Freddy's not, he's a demon.
Yeah, he is, and he's like, even when he got exercised, he came back anyway. So we definitely think it's not easy initially, but I do know for myself that Freddy takes strong characters serious. Like when he was pulling up on Jason, he was beating Jason. Like he was doing stuff to Jason. It's just people kept interfering. Like he kept getting the
Yeah.
drop on Jason. He wasn't necessarily playing around that much with Jason. So
Yeah, he was just surprised Jason wouldn't stay down.
yeah. So he would like if they go to the real world, it's interesting, but I think if Freddy starts losing in the real world, he would be like, okay, we're BFR.
Yeah.
So, and we know he
Like
can do it
the
instantly.
Matrix would just be Freddy's block. Like Freddy would run the Matrix. Like that's just anybody in there just instantly dies.
Yeah, it's rough. So, anyways, guys, thank you for watching. If you want to see either of these characters again, definitely let us know. GB, thanks for coming through. Shout out to Don for
Mhm.
sponsoring. We have more content coming this week. Got a special one on Friday coming, so stay tuned. But yeah, make sure to check out the memberships as well. But anyways, it's been your favorite villain, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.